All right, we're live. We're live. Hey guys, let's wait for a couple of more minutes for everyone to join. We have a few attendees already. Hey, Abel, Andrew, Odell, Matt, Mike, Rocky, Tiffany, Walter, Zach. Hey guys.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining and thank you for the wait. Let's see. Caesar, should we wait
Yeah,
a second?
yeah.
Let's say let's say a bit more. Maybe somebody else will join.
Mhm. Okay, I think we can just get started. Hey everyone, welcome to our third session of Live with Smartphone. This is your weekly space to ask questions, share wins, and discover workflows that help your business grow. I'm Cesar, Integration Manager here at Smartphone, and I'll be your host today. And joining me are Vladi from our sales team, Valentina, our affiliate manager,
Hey
Tudor and
everyone.
Alessandro from our support team, and Grace, our social media expert. Thank you all for being here. We're really excited for today's session. And if you're joining us in Zoom, you can drop your questions in the chat or simply raise your hand if you'd like to speak with us directly. And if you'd like to get the Zoom link and reminders for future sessions, you only need to register once. Valentina will pop the registration link into the chat so you can easily find it. Okay, so format is simple. Every week we go live for 30 minutes to connect with you, our clients, prospects, and industry friends. So this is your time to ask questions about the product and its functionality, see how others are using smartphone in their workflow, I don't know, share feedback that helps shape where we go next. And our goal is to help you scale smarter 1 week at a time. We'll kick off with a quick highlight, which can be a new feature or an important update, or something inside a smartphone that we think will help you get more out of it. And then we'll open the floor to your questions live right here. Today, before we jump into questions, we want to take a few minutes to talk about something that's becoming more and more important for all of us, and that is compliance and protecting your phone numbers. Because this is what keeps your calls and texts actually reaching people. On the voice side, as you all know, the big piece is stir shaken, which is the call authentication framework carriers use to verify that the call really comes from who it claims to. Calls are signed with different attestation levels depending on how well the originating provider can vouch for the caller and the number being used. So this reduces spoofing and helps analytics engines trust your traffic. And on the messaging side, if you're sending business texts in the US, you'll hear about A2P 10DLC. And very importantly, carriers and analytics watch behavioral signals, patterns like, I don't know, lots of ultra short calls, low answer rates, big volume spikes from a single number, or I don't know, calling outside normal hours can drive spam labeling, even when you're legitimate. And the thresholds, unfortunately, aren't public, which is why consistency matters. So you need to have steady dialing patterns, realistic pacing per number, and avoiding rapid redials to the same contact. And to walk us through all of this and maybe share some best practices, I'll hand it over to Vladi. Vladi?
Hey guys, thank you everybody for joining.
As Caesar mentioned, today we're going to be talking about compliance and about how you can protect your phone numbers. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Initially, we'll be diving into the Trust Center, which is our compliance hub from smartphone. This is where you can verify your business brand or business profile, which will provide you with stir shaken, which is very, very important, as Caesar pointed out. This is essentially a certification that the carriers apply to your phone numbers once they acknowledge that they are being utilized by a legitimate entity, by a real business, and not by any scammers or spammers. And this builds carriers' trust, increases consumer response rates, and lowers the risk of being marked as spam. Additionally, we have a very broad and thorough article in our help center, which is called "My Number Has Been Marked as Spam." We're also gonna drop the link into the chat. And this is where you can find a couple of links to two databases where you can sign your phone numbers for free to enhance even further the protection that you have and the carrier trust that you can build with them. So we highly advise all clients to go through these three verifications. And additionally, we also provide the CNAM registration under the Trust Center, which is optional, but it is very, very good as well. It essentially allows you to display up to 15 custom characters to accompany your phone number when you're calling outbound. And this is also going to build carrier trust and increase the response rates, therefore lowering the chance of being marked as spam. Everything that I showed you so far can be done on the back end, so to say. But besides that, you can also pay attention proactively to certain KPIs and certain metrics that the carriers look at. Since the information is quite limited, the public information is quite limited, we don't have a lot, but we know that the call volume is very important. We want to have a consistent call volume on a daily basis, and it is very important to not overload, let's say, your caller IDs with a lot of calls, so that we can, so that you can, let's say, provide natural volumes and natural activity to the carriers. Besides that, the short call duration is also a metric that they look at. If the percentage exceeds 15% of your total outbound calls, it is considered unhealthy. And the short call duration refers to calls under 6 seconds, which can be indicative of non-consent or unwanted calls. Basically, if your contacts pick up and then once you present yourself, they hang up, that indicates to the carriers they are not willing to talk to you. Then the average length of calls is also very important. If it is below 30 seconds on a global range, it is considered unhealthy. So having long conversations and thorough discussions, let's say, can also be very, very important. And then the answer seizure ratio is also important, which is a traffic quality measurement that looks at the ratio of answered calls relative to the total call volume. This again means a lot because it indicates the fact that your leads and your contacts are willing to talk to you and they are ready to pick up your calls. Everything that I talked about so far, call volume, short call duration, average length of calls, and answer seizure ratio, can be managed proactively by keeping an eye on your KPIs and by making sure you have a good quality lead source. Besides that, of course, DNC scrubbing against the national record and doing keeping your DNC list inside of smartphone filled up with do not call numbers is also very, very important, because this is also a very, let's say, risky thing that you could do. If you call do not call numbers, as you may already know, you can have you can be subject to the risk of being sued. So that is very important as well. Besides that, when it comes to texting, providing clear opt-out process is also very important. So you should attach to your phone numbers the SMS footer that we provide here inside of the Trust Center, which essentially adds at the end of your text messages a quick disclaimer which informs your contacts that they can reply stop or unsubscribe to cancel your text messages, your future text messages. Besides that, we also recommend managing your phone numbers and keeping them let's say, split into specific brackets. Especially if you are a business that focuses on massive outbound reach, we always recommend having a specific batch of cold calling numbers, of numbers that you rotate and cycle out through your sessions in smrtDialer or when you're doing outbound calls with smartphone. This basically allows you to keep your transactional and inbound marketing phone numbers clean, because you simply rotate cold calling numbers, which will always be subject to higher risk of being flagged as spam as you perform a higher amount of outbound calls from them. The inbound marketing phone numbers should be kept simply for inbound purposes, attached to your direct mail campaigns, website, Facebook or Google Ads. And then we also recommend having a transactional number, the one that you provide for your clients to save in their address book, and also the phone number that you use to follow up and close the deals. This will ensure the fact that these types of numbers, the inbound marketing ones and the transactional ones, will be kept clean throughout your calling sessions, while as the cold calling numbers can be flagged as spam. That may happen. But since they are not utilized for serious conversations and for important discussions, you can simply cycle them out. You can either keep them in stasis for 30 to 60 days, so you can ensure that they will be unflagged or unmarked as spam, or you can simply delete them and acquire new ones, since you are not going to use them for closing deals and for any other very important activity. This is what I had prepared for you. We're really open for questions. One more quick thing is the fact that you can have as many phone numbers as you want with smartphone, and we also offer volume-based discounts. And having a larger batch of cold calling numbers, just as a tip, can ensure the fact that even those won't be flagged as spam, because once you use more, the volumes go down on a caller ID basis, let's say, and this minimizes the chances of having them flagged as spam, which ultimately reduces costs as well. So this is what I had for you guys. We're open and keen to answer your questions, so please address them in the chat. And regarding your other questions, we're going to jump and answer them as well. Thank you.
All right, Vladi. Really, really, really nice. Thank you very much for sharing that. That was really good. And those were some really, really great insights. And I think it's now time to make this yours. And we had our first question from Abel, which Tudor already replied to. Thank you, Tudor. But I'm just gonna say this out loud, so everyone listens to this. So Abel was asking on the team reports and call logs, when we give access to a member, is there a way they can have access to only their call recordings instead of everyone's call recordings? At the moment, as Tudor mentioned, if you grant someone access to reports, they will be able to see everything. Because we consider the reports section to be an admin tab, very well said, Tudor, where everyone has the same view and can explore as they wish. However, if you would like, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking that your use case might be that you would like to give certain people access to certain reports, which could be a good idea that we can add into our system, and we will take that into consideration.
Definitely. I actually wanted to mention, Caesar, I noted down this feedback as well to separate the reports. We actually got it in the past, and I
Okay.
have a couple of people requesting that. Good
Yes.
feedback.
We had our second question from Arthur. Hi, Arthur. Can you show how to look at KPIs for smartphone and smrtDialer? Yeah, absolutely. Let's see who has an account that is filled up with reports so that we can do a quick screen share on. So we can
Let me
show
see if I
Arthur.
have something, Caesar, but I cannot promise.
Okay. I'll also check in
Give
the
me a second.
meantime. Sure. In the meantime, let's see another question we have from Odell. What happens when you get flagged as spam?
Actually, I can help with that, Caesar. So the question was regarding spam phone numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So really good question. So what happens when you get flagged as spam, guys? Most likely, some of you already got an incoming call from a spam phone number. The carriers will basically let you know that the phone number that wants to call you is marked as spam. It will be displayed on your phone, on your device. The caller ID name will be spam caller coming in. That's a really good question. We use multiple methods to check that. One of the most common ones, let me actually share a link to the webinar here as well. Give me a second. Okay, I think we even I also have some documentation regarding spam phone numbers here. I will share it as well. And I need Alessandro, can you just remind me? We have sometimes we recommend our customers to check their trust score for phone number to look up that phone number in order for them to check if the phone number was ever marked as spam after they are using it for a while. So if you know you are doing business with a phone number and you guys are doing heavy outbound calls, a lot of outbound calls with that phone number, we recommend you guys checking that phone number reputational. Give me a second. I will share an article. And oh, thank you, Valentina. That's the exact article that I wanted to share. So Valentina shared a really good article regarding phone numbers being flagged as spam. And in there, you can have multiple explanation why that is happening. And one of the best websites for you to check regarding this and make sure that your phone numbers are registered here to reduce the risk of your phone numbers to get spam is this one, the free caller registry. And that's the first one that we usually recommend. And as an alternative, I will share the second link here. But Odell, what happens when you get flagged as spam? We recommend the phone numbers will still be able to call. Some customers may answer, and some of them they will tell you that the phone number is showing as spam. You can come back to us to the live chat support, and we will redirect you and provide you with a couple of solutions or best practices. There are multiple things that we can do. We can even advise you to keep that phone number unused for a while. We call it some sort of a quarantine. So I would say there is a much more detailed explanation on this. Depends on your case. It depends if the phone number got flagged right away after you bought it, if the phone number got flagged after you guys were using that phone number for a year, and so on. There are multiple scenarios on this. So please, guys, do not panic. Please read and check the article that Valentina shared here on the chat. checking all of the boxes from the articles should drastically reduce your spam rate on your phone numbers.
Thank you very much, Tudor. Going back to Arthur's question about the reports, I think I found an account which has some data in, so I'm going to share my screen. Allow me 1 second, please. Okay. So the reports can be accessed from the smartphone web app, and there is a section here on the left-hand side called Reports. And if you have access to this, of course, you will be able to see the entire section plus 4 sub-tabs. This is an overview. This is the main page where you kind of see an overview of total talk time, average call duration, number of text messages received, sent in a specific period of time. You can also see the answer rates, the inbound calls, what time did you get the most inbound calls. So you can see easily your busiest times, and the same for the outbound answered calls. You can see the answer rates for both smartphone and smrtDialer. And if you'd like to save this in a particular view so you can see it later, you can easily do that by giving it a name and saving it as a private, so you can only see it, and as a public view. And of course, there are other tabs depending on the granularity of what you would like to see, but you'll be able to see, of course, by team member who did the most calls, the smartphone statuses, smrtDialer statuses, the number. For each number, you can have some KPIs regarding related to the performance of them, and also some reports regarding the smrtDialer. If you would like more details on this, or if you'd like a meeting with one of our customer success agents, we can drop a link where you can book a meeting with them, and they can get into more details and show every function and every option of this. Okay. So let's see what else we have. We got another question.
Oh, sorry, Cesar. Thank you, Grace, for sharing that link. So actually, Andrew, sorry, not not Andrew. Give me a second. Yeah, Arthur, please feel free to book a meeting. Please, Cesar.
Okay, we had another question from, let's see, from Abel. How do I set up to start texting? Tudor already replied to that. The first thing that you need to do is to register for an A2P campaign, assign the numbers, attach them to the A2P campaign, and then you should be good to go. It's as simple as that. And another question from Abel, when using smrtDialer, can we push leads to Podio? If so, how do I need to use Zapier or Globiflow? In smrtDialer, there are 2 types of campaigns. We have the Excel import and the CRM import. You're probably referring to the Excel import, where you just upload a large list straight into smrtDialer. The contacts are not in Podio. And if you decide to push them, so if you run a campaign with an Excel import and you connect to a guy that is interested, you qualify him and is interested to sell his house, you have a button called Push to CRM right there on the screen, which automatically pushes the lead to Podio. You don't need to use Zapier or Globiflow. Of course, for more advanced stuff, for example, if you want to enroll that lead into a sequence or a drip campaign, then you would have to use some sort of an automation, a Globiflow that does that. But pushing leads from Excel imported contacts from inside smrtDialer can be done at the click of a button.
Just to add really quick on that, guys, I added a link in the chat. Feel free to use it and sign up for a meeting with us, with the sales team. We can guide you on how to push leads to the CRM. We can help you out in understanding more things about compliance or any other feature or functionality of the system. We are very, very eager to meet with you. So whenever you have availability and you wish to book a session, you're free to do so.
Okay, we have another concern from Sean. He's saying that Verizon is not letting any spam removal happening, and it's a real problem. As Tudor said, Sean, if you can reach out to our support, give us the exact phone numbers that are affected, and we will look over them and try and help you in the best way that we can.
Yes, please, guys, feel free to report any kind of spam or phone numbers that you guys already found that you guys recently bought and you found that they are marked as spam. Please report them back to support as quick as possible.
Okay, Odell is also saying that when we call a number, they answer, but they cannot hear us. What can that be caused by? Could it be a Google Chrome update or anything else? It could be a lot of things, but it's worth investigating. So same thing, please reach out to our support so we can take a look if you have a specific instance of where this happened.
Yes, please. There are multiple reasons for that to happen. Usually something local, we need to check some permissions and we need to run a troubleshooting. Please contact support. If not, we will email you afterwards. So no worries.
We have an interesting question from Andrew as well. How can we get all of the report KPIs to show on Salesforce? I know that at the moment it is not possible using the native Salesforce reports to build any KPIs. However, we are working on that. We are working towards enabling smartphone not only for Sale Cloud, but also for Service Cloud. And Service Cloud will allow us to feed in a lot more information than we can right now. So it will be possible at some point. We're working on that. Please bear with us. It can be done, Andrew. Okay. Let's see. Andrew said that he just signed up and submitted his first A2P campaign, so we're able to text. Awesome. How long does it take to get approved for A2P campaign? Abel is also asking.
Really good question, and actually that's something that our customers are asking us constantly. We are trying to make the process as quick as possible, but please, guys, understand that this is something that is not in the smartphone hands and not even the carrier hands. It's something that we check and we send your data to the carrier for review. The carrier reviews it and then send it back to the third, let's call it a third party, and then we will get the answer from them. So it has multiple steps. This process has multiple steps. It can take a couple of days, working days. Usually in the first 48 to 72 hours, I saw that most of the campaigns get an update status.
Okay, and last question from Andrew, follow up on my KPI question via Salesforce. Does that mean only Sales Cloud or Service Cloud in the future? So if I only have Salesforce Enterprise Lightning, that will not work for me unless I sign up for Sales Cloud. Okay, so that's a great question. Salesforce Enterprise with Lightning refers to your edition and user experience interface. Sales Cloud and Service Cloud are product that Salesforce layers on top of the core platform. So you must be using either one of those. And if you're into real estate, I am 99% that you're using the Salesforce Sales Cloud. So it will be available. It's not that it is, it's not that it will be available when we get to the Service Cloud. It's that right now there is no way for us to feed that data into Salesforce the way we can for Service Cloud. And when we will do it for the Service Cloud, it will work for the Sales Cloud as well. And I know this can sound confusing, but at some point, it will be available to create reports and KPIs from Salesforce by using any type of package, let's say, and it will work even if you have Enterprise or Lightning. I hope this answers your question. Okay, all right. It's right on the hour. I think it's time to land this plane. I want to say big thanks to everyone who joined us live today, and to Vladi, Valentina, Tudor, Alessandro, and Grace for jumping in. Thank you very much for spending time with us, and we'll see you
Wait,
next
sorry.
week.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Cesar. Let's stop for a second. Sorry, we have one more question from Andrew, and we didn't get the chance
Oh, sure.
to reply to it. I think it's the one related to the A2P campaign, because he's also texting from Salesforce.
Oh,
It's
apologies, I missed that.
no worries. It's right there on the chat. Let me see if you got the chance to find it. Okay, I found it. So it's regarding the A2P campaigns. We use Salesforce as our CRM, and we will send all messages through Salesforce. Do I need to create a new A2P campaign on smartphone for each campaign on Salesforce? I also am a customer of LeftMain via Salesforce, and they use cadences instead of campaigns. Is it the same rule?
You don't have to create multiple A2P campaigns for your use case. One smartphone A2P campaign will do. But please keep in mind, an A2P campaign has a limit of how many phone numbers you can add to it, and you will be able to text from them. But yeah, no worries. One A2P campaign should be enough for your use case there, Andrew. And you were asking at the end there, they use canvases instead of campaigns. Is that the same rule? No. They are totally different things. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you, Tudor, and thank you, Valentina, for catching Andrew's question. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and see you next time. Have a good day, everyone.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.